right, Joe. See you tomorrow.
Okay, Charlie, take care. See you in the morning.
Don't work too late.
Boy, the world is getting so darn technical. I only wish one of those high-powered engineer types could be here to explain this one. Now they've come out with a new Wrangler, and I was just getting used to working on these. Something else to complicate my life.
It may simplify your life, Joe.
Yeah, sure, that'll be the... Wait a minute. I'm supposed to be here alone. Charlie, come on. Charlie, is that you?
Charlie's gone, Joe.
Gone? Well, who are you? Where are you?
I'm over here, Joe, right on the scope. Ouch! Be careful.
Uh-oh. And I have been working too hard. I must be dreaming.
You are dreaming. If you think American Motors intends to stand still, new product is the lifeblood of the corporation. It's our future. Yours, too.
Yeah, that's the good news. The bad news is I go back to square one every time I try to take one of those new products apart.
But it's not square one. Sure, some areas are new to you, but there's a lot more you already know from other Jeep vehicles.
You make it sound simple. Like in the manual. It looks easy on paper.
Don't con me, Joe. How often do you even read the workshop manuals? And it is simple.
Now you sound like my service rep.
Why not pretend, Joe, that I am your service representative? That I know something about the Wrangler? Maybe I can help.
From a fix-it standpoint?
Well, at least from a pull it apart and put it together standpoint. Let's start with the basics. Where it all began. Come here. Come on, don't be afraid. Watch this.
You know, that Wrangler's quite a vehicle. And we here at Engineering are plenty proud of what it represents. Not just from a design standpoint, although any engineer would be proud to have a hand in its development. Nor just from the customer standpoint, although that's really what it's all about. No, it's more than that. In creating this vehicle, we were well aware of service, too. It's no coincidence that engineering and service are headquartered together at Amtech. We work hand in glove with service in the early planning stages, making sure that any new vehicle is not only saleable, it's serviceable. Let me show you. You're looking at 45 years of proud Jeep tradition, a tradition we're continuing. The new Wrangler is also very much like Comanche, Cherokee, Wagoneer, a mix of the old and the new. Part sport wagon, part unique. What this means is that you're already familiar with many of the Wrangler's components. So let me review the design highlights and tip you off on where we've put things. You can see here that the new Wrangler has very much a traditional Jeep look with that classic open body design. If you look closer, however, you can also see significant changes. The Wrangler body is all new with a new shape. And we've made it roomier, more comfortable inside. Easy to look at from any angle and no serious problems in servicing. This soft top is our basic Wrangler, which is also available as a hardtop model. We also have this top-of-the-line Wrangler Laredo, available only as a hardtop. In addition, there's a sport decor group. The soft top is available with solid half doors and removable windows. Although the hardtop doors are not new, the hardtop does introduce a new rear liftgate. And both body styles include this convenient swing-away tailgate. Since the Wrangler body is new, there will be a number of procedures you haven't encountered before. For example, the soft top door pivots and latches are different, and trim removal calls for a different set of procedures you'll want to master. We'll get to that later. The Wrangler hardtop includes an important comfort feature we've built right into the roof structure. I'm referring to these new ventilation ducts that we place at the rear, 2 on the outside, 1 on each side, and 2 on the inside. These ducts improve internal air circulation and comfort under all weather conditions. That means more effective heating and defrosting in cold climate, improved air conditioning when it's hot, and better ventilation. Now, on the soft top roof, the material is basically unchanged from what we've been using for a number of years. The way the roof attaches to the body is unique. It's an excellent arrangement all around. The top simply slides into channels on the body. This means you won't have to drill holes at the dealership to install the top. There's a better arrangement inside as well, in both the hardtop and soft top. You see it right away in the Wrangler instrument panel. This full-width instrument panel is completely new and a lot easier to work on than what we had before. There are 3 basic elements: a driver's instrument cluster, a center cluster, and a glove box cluster. The new crash pad features wider integrated defroster ducts. And you now have a new heater vacuum motor located behind the glove box. Its purpose is to close off airflow through the vent when the heater's off. We'll cover servicing of this motor later. There are a few other points of special interest to you. First, the new button-type headlight switch located left of the steering column. You press the right side to turn on the parking lights, the left side to turn on the headlights, and the lights off switch to turn them off. We vary panel light intensity with this control. Fully upward turns on the interior lights. We also considered servicing convenience in designing the new panel. The 3-cluster module design is obviously going to help you, and key elements are relatively easy to get at. For example, you'll find the fuse panel right under the steering column, while the fuel system computer is behind the glove box. We also worked very hard on the electrical system, and I know you're going to like the new setup much better. For example, we use a sealed harness and weatherproof connectors in the Wrangler, all to help cut down on corrosion. And we use printed circuits wherever possible to make servicing easier. Under the hood, Wrangler offers 2 engines, a 4 and a 6-cylinder. Both are familiar to you. Standard is our 2.46-liter overhead valve 4-cylinder, the same basic engine we've been using on Cherokee, Wagoneer, and Comanche. In the Wrangler, this engine is also equipped with throttle body fuel injection, the same as on Jeep Comanche and Sport Wagon. Again, nothing new to you. But if you do feel a need for brushing up, we have 2 video discs that deal strictly with TBI systems, as well as separate component manuals. So you're well covered on TBI. Now, we did make a few minor engine changes elsewhere, but nothing serious. For example, the head bolts are larger, now a 1/2 inch in diameter. We moved the emission charcoal canister between the right inner fender and cowl. The starter for this engine is now of the permanent magnet type, so there are no field windings. It's the same starter we introduced on the Comanche. For the Wrangler, we also offer our 4.2-liter overhead valve 6-cylinder as an option. Again, the same engine used in our products for some time. It's equipped with the fuel feedback system, which you're already familiar with. And we're also introducing a new metric size oil filter on both this engine and the four-cylinder. In fact, it's the first one ever used on a Jeep engine, so you'll want to keep it in mind. Bigger news is what we've done behind the engines. In the Wrangler transmissions, we have 3 transmissions in all, 2 manuals and 1 automatic. You probably recognize this unit. It's our AX5 5-speed manual that, again, we've been using for some time. This is the standard manual transmission, the only manual transmission we use in the 4-cylinder engine. Again, it's the same one we use in Cherokee, Wagoneer, and Comanche. Here's where the news comes in. This all-new 5-speed manual transmission, our BA 10.5. This is the only manual available with the 4.2-liter 6-cylinder engine. So, the 2 manual transmissions are paired with the 2 engines, no interchanging. Our 3-speed torque command automatic, available only with the 6, is a carryover design. Since the BA 10.5 is all new, let me touch on it from a design standpoint. We'll just take time to hit the highlights. Your component manual has full details. Being a 5-speed, a major advantage is that extra gear ratio. As with the AX5, the BA 10.5 uses this extra gear as an overdrive. It has 3 distinct and separate cases or housings. A main case up front, an intermediate case here, and this rear case. The BA 10.5 is fully synchronized and features new synchronizers. They're integrated units and, as such, must be replaced as an assembly in the event of failure. The Wrangler also introduces a new non-adjustable clutch you'll want to know about. We replaced the exterior mounted slave cylinder with a new integrated hydraulic cylinder and throwout bearing. Here's how it works. When you depress the clutch pedal, hydraulic pressure acts against this sleeve attached to the throwout bearing. As the sleeve extends against spring pressure, the throwout bearing contacts the clutch fingers to disengage the clutch from the flywheel. Conversely, when the pedal is released, spring pressure retracts the throwout bearing and sleeve assembly. We'll cover clutch bleeding procedures later. For now, I'll just add that the clutch has a separate fluid reservoir. Turning to the chassis, the body frame design is all new. It features rectangular side rails that bolt directly to the body. Suspension parts are modified to give us an outstanding ride. From a service standpoint, however, the main fixtures include the use of front and rear track bars. Here we see the leaf springs, front track bar, and front stabilizer. The front propeller shaft uses a single cardan joint, front and rear. A slip yoke connects it to the front axle, allowing for axle and suspension travel. We also are using the Cherokee type Model 30 front axle with the axle disconnect feature. The standard shift-on-the-fly command track uses our 207 transfer case in combination with a front axle disconnect system. Elsewhere, there are only minor changes in the steering and brakes. So you can see how Wrangler extends the Jeep tradition. We're proud of Wrangler. You should be too.
So, Joe, you really won't be going back to square one. You already know a lot more about the new Wrangler than you realized. And now you got the high points from an engineering standpoint.
Yeah, but I still got a lot of questions.
You're not the only one. Before we answer yours, why not answer ours? Let's see what you've learned so far.
Fine.
Your answer is correct. Your answer is incorrect. Good answer. Now you're catching on. Nice try. Guess again.
Okay, now it's my turn. How about this new soft top? How do you remove the doors? And the roof? How do you even adjust the doors, for that matter?
How do you do those things, you mean?
Me? Wait a minute, I just work here. I thought you had all the answers.
I do, but you're going to do all the work. Taking things apart is beyond my scope, so to speak.
Very funny.
Seriously, I'll tell you what to do. You actually do it, okay?
Whatever you say. But you know, I'll just bet I could figure a lot of this out for myself. Take this new soft top roof. Sure looks like a better fit.
It is. Can you also figure out how easy it comes off?
Sure can. I guess I just remove the rear window flap first. Then take off the restraining straps on top and collapse the supports.
Right so far.
Next, I guess I'd take out the side windows. Oh, hey, these are the channels the engineer was talking about, huh? Terrific idea. So, after you take off the door, windows, and frame, you just remove the top. What's so tough about that?
Nothing. It's not supposed to be tough. As long as you follow your workshop manual, you'll be okay. But I do want to stress one area, and that's in the roll bar. If you remove the side bars, there's a point to watch. Don't loosen the adjusting bolts. They're located at the rear of the side bar, near the roll bar. They're set at the factory. However, if you need to adjust them, follow the procedure in the workshop manual.
Oh, okay, I'll remember. But what about this half door? How do I repair it? Didn't the engineer say it was all new?
A piece of cake, Joe. A piece of cake. The door itself is nothing. However, let's just go through the trim removal procedure to make sure.
Okay, fire away.
First, remove the retainer grommets there by turning them 1/4 of a turn toward the latch end of the door and pull them out of the door. Don't try to pull them straight up. You could break them that way. Now, unscrew the handle bezel and remove it. Next, take off the assist handle. Now you need that special tool over on the bench, the one called for in your workshop manual.
You mean this one?
That's the one. Just gently slide it in around the edging to release the trim panel retaining clips. Then remove the panel. That's all there is to it.
Boy, the engineer was right again. This is easy to service.
And easy to put back together again. Do you think you know how?
The reverse order, I'd guess.
Right.
The door was easy. But what about this baby? This swing-out tailgate? I never worked on one like this before.
You're about to now, Joe. And just because it's new doesn't mean it's hard. Like everything else, just follow the steps.
Okay, but will you help me take one off?
Well, I'll explain how it's done at least. Start by unscrewing the stop swing tailgate cover. Then use your screwdriver to pull out the retainer spacer. It holds the spring on the brackets. That's it. Next, press on the spring at the end and slide it out of the bracket. Then remove that plastic template. For this next part, you have to close the tailgate. You may also want to remove the spare tire to lighten the load. It makes it easier. Now remove the screws attaching the hinges to the tailgate using a number 40 Torx bit. Then just disengage the latch and remove the tailgate.
I suppose reinstallation is the reverse order of what I just did.
That's right.
Huh.
We won't go through the steps here, but we want to make sure we get a good alignment to the body. To do this, You just loosen the hinge screws that attach to the body, not to the tailgate. Then align the tailgate to the opening, holding it in place while you tighten down the screws.
Okay, but what about the latches? Latches. Latches can be latches. Latches can be latches. Latches can be latches. Latches can be tricky.
Unscrew the plastic cover so you can get at it. Then remove the screws from the tail. Remove the screws from the tail. Remove the screws from the tail. Remove the screws from the tailgate. From the tailgate. Screws from the tailgate. Tailgate. Move the screws from the tailgate. 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 Disconnect the handle link clip and the lock cylinder link clip. Cylinder link clip. Link clip. Clip. And remove the latch. So screw. Remove the handle screw. Remove the handle screw. Remove the handle screw. Handle screw. Remove the 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 handle screw. Next, remove the handle screw. Remove the handle screw. The handle screw. Screw. Remove the handle screw. Remove the handle screw. Remove the handle screw. Remove the handle screw. Handle screw. Remove the handle screw. Remove the handle screw. Remove screws. Move the handle screws. Screws. Move the screws. Screws. The handle screws. Screws.